rich shit, reinvest it and then risk it. The cookie that I got ain't Oreo biscuits. I wanna double up from racks to riches, racks to millions. If it wasn't me, it was Iz that did it. I can't trust man that move and fidget. Time get harder, the ones that switching. It's either that or they chat like women.
What's good, my people? What's good? Today, we've got a great guest on, J-Mal. We're going to be talking about how he scaled to 6 figures and even more through video production and shooting music videos. How you doing, J-Mal?
I'm good, bro. How you doing, bro?
No, I'm good. Just hustling as usual. That's the aim every day, man.
Yeah, that's all we do, bro. That's all we know, innit?
Literally, but I want to know, where did it begin for you? Has the entrepreneur nature always been inside, like embedded, or was it more of like, or it came out of randomness, or like, how was the situation for you?
It must have always been in me, because when I was a kid, I was a hustler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
What, selling sweets in school?
I was selling cookies, bro.
Yeah.
Donuts. I used to buy a box of donuts. See, I was moving boxes, bro. Man used to buy a box of donuts. I think it was a quid, like £1 for a box of 10.
Yeah.
And I'd sell them 50p each.
Yeah.
So I'd make £4 a box. I'd do 4 or 5 boxes a day, 20 quid a day, bill a week. You know, when you're a kid,
Yeah, that's a lot.
that's good money. I had workers and stuff in it. So, yeah. I guess I have, but I didn't recognize it. It's just,
natural.
it's something I did, innit? Yeah.
Natural.
I only recently started saying I'm an entrepreneur because it's what people say now, innit? But I never, until the last few years, I never associated that with myself. It's just how man is, innit? Kind of thing.
Yeah, literally. So for those watching, could you introduce yourself, you know, in a few lines and explain what you do?
Yeah, bro. My name's J-Mal. I'm a full-time hustler, part-time rapper. That's my slogan.
Yeah.
So I run a video production company. I run a few, actually. I've got 5K freestyles, block shots, and JFX visuals. And then, on top of that, I'm an artist, and I got a few little hands in things here and there, which, you know, they're not necessarily public, but I've worked on like a lot of different things. But yeah, my main income is all from kind of video production, like that kind of thing, innit?
As someone that makes money online, the most important commodity to me is Wi-Fi. Reliability, so it's consistently available to me, and the speed, so then I can get files across and upload YouTube videos for you to watch, just like this. And if you're just like me, then that means you should go for a brand that isn't hyper expensive, but is hyper fast. I know, Hyperoptic. First of all, we all know that we're living in a cost of living crisis. Things are costing way more. But Hyperoptic, they combat this by developing and introducing the hyperfair rule. They will never raise prices during a contract, therefore keeping your prices stable. For me personally, I need excellent Wi-Fi as it's being used on multiple devices at once. My sister works from home, my dad is taking meetings, I'm uploading YouTube videos. So with Hyperoptic speed from the 1 gigabit package, which is 18 times faster than the average UK speeds, this will be more than enough. For my audience though, we're doing us a big deals. So make sure you head over to bit.ly/PokuBanksHypeYT to switch and get a £75 gift card for Amazon or M&S. Now, let's get on with the video.
Yeah, could you establish a difference between JFX 5K and 5K freestyles, and there's another one?
Block shots.
So
they're two, video production and video directing are two different roles.
Okay.
So a video director, they're kind of in charge of the creative. So they might come up with the idea. They'll shoot it themselves, or they'll hire somebody to shoot it for them so they could just direct the overall vision. But that's like creating a music video from an artistic director point of view. A producer is someone who puts the thing together.
So hires the video director?
Not necessarily. So it's like, let's say you manage a big artist, and let's say you go to a director and you tell them like, yeah, we want a video. They pitch you this idea. We want to get a private jet. We want to get like 10 baddies all twerking, whatever. Yeah. Who's going to sort that out? Who's going to get the jet? Who's going to get the... That's where the producer comes in.
Okay.
So sometimes it's a freelance role where it's just a producer and they just come on board and they just kind of sort bits and bobs. But at a higher level, you have a production company, which is what we have. Okay. And a production company is like you or the label, whoever is in charge of the financing behind the artist, they give the money straight to us, and then it's up to us to distribute it accordingly.
Yeah.
So if the director needs to get paid, we pay the director. If the director wants like a certain way of shooting or a certain camera, we're hitting up the rental houses to find the Arris, the red cams, like whatever they need. We're sourcing the directors of photography. Like a shoot we done recently, we had to fly someone in from Germany just because that was the look they were going for. Do you get what I'm saying? So the production house is in charge of all of these elements.
Yeah.
And then also we have to like insure the music video, so if something goes wrong, we're the ones that deal with that side of things as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what a production company does. Whereas a director, again, like I said, is just the creative and just shooting the video. So GFX is my directing company, Block Shots is my production company, and 5K Freestyles is like it's a freestyle kind of platform.
I actually saw a video where you basically explained how you basically took a lot of people, you got some studio space, and you did lots of freestyles, and you generated around 10K in like 1 or 2 weeks.
In a weekend.
Yeah, in
Weekend, 1 weekend.
Damn. And talk to us how that all came about and how you went through with that.
So yeah, the way we made 10K a weekend of freestyles is we had a friend, like, so my business partner is called Kirk Diaz. He's like quite a well-known director.
Yeah.
So we had a mutual friend who's an artist called Artan, and he shot like a lot of sick videos, and we had a lot of people asking for videos like his, and the video we done for him was like a freestyle setup. So we always book in this location to shoot these freestyle videos for independent artists, but we have to charge them like, it's like a bag 5, something like that. So, you know, for a freestyle, like a very simple freestyle video, you're paying more than you might pay for a normal music video. Because we have to pay our fees, we have to pay the location, and we have to pay lighting. Both location and lighting is like minimum 4-hour booking. So I can't just book them for an hour. You know, like there's certain places like that. I can't just book it for an hour. I've got to book it for 4 hours. So you're spending like a lot of money for like what's a lot of people, it's for a freestyle, it's not for a full release. It's just for something to kind of wet people's taste buds, get something moving. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what we did the maths, like, let's say we had 4 hours. If we rented hour by hour, and we could charge less, but we'd cover like the overall costs.
Yeah.
So we just started adding it up. Like if we book the lighting for the whole day, and we book the location for the whole day, the hourly rate is way cheaper than if one person books it for 4 hours. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So we just figured out, cool, if we can do, I think we did 13 bookings the first time we done it. If we could do 13 bookings, we charge $5 an artist. That's, what's that quick math?
6K, I think. Or 6.5.
6.5K, yeah. It's a little bit more than that, I think. But no, you're right, 6.5.
Yeah.
So we do 6.5, and then we booked out straight away. So we did the second one, it was 13K. So over the 2 days, it was 13K. And then from that money, I think 3K was spent on marketing, lighting, and location. I couldn't tell you exactly how it's broken down, but that 3K went into those few things. So effectively, it's 10K profit. So that sounds easy, but how do you get 26 artists?
Exactly. It's so much we need to delve into. So we see the three companies, you know, this is like would you say it's like more of like a conglomerate in the sense, like they all work together in a sense?
Yeah. Like, so the target demographic is slightly different.
Okay.
That's the thing. So Block Shots is like, you know, if the budget's less than 5 figures, we're not touching it.
Okay.
It's like, you know, it doesn't make sense for us to bring out all these big cameras and everything if the people haven't got the money. GFX Visuals is that middle, so it's kind of like a bag to, let's say, anything a bag to 6 bags, that kind of region. Above that, maybe like, it's like a GFX Block Shots collaboration or a Kirk Diaz Block Shots collaboration, because it's not worth bringing a whole production in, but it needs a little bit more than just, you know, like a self-shoot, innit?
Yeah.
And then the cheapest like entry level is 5K Freestyles, which is £500, and that's a fixed price.
Nice.
So they're all related, but they serve a different customer. Each one serves a different customer.
Nice.
So it's been set up that way deliberately.
That's good.
Yeah.
But I guess where did everything start with? Was it with JFX?
It started with JFX, yeah.
So how did that begin with you realizing, wait a minute, man can actually, you know, shoot? Because you said, you know, rapping was your talent. Would you say, and also to add to that, would you say you watching lots of music videos when you were younger, would you say it even influenced you to start using the camera and getting active with it?
No, it wasn't like that at all, bro.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like that at all. I never had the intention to shoot music videos.
Okay.
I just wanted to make money, and I ended up here.
Okay.
So, I can't remember if we said it on camera or off camera, like I've always been a kind of hustler from young. So what I did is I wanted some way I could make money from home. Like my family was going through some stuff. So I just wanted to be home and be about for everyone. So I thought, how can I make money from home? And an easy thing is building websites. So I learned how to build websites. It's pretty straightforward. And you know, Fire in the Streets. Do you remember them?
Yeah, I think.
Charlie Sloth, like he had Fire in the Booth.
Yeah.
And then he had Fire in the Streets as well, which is for like up and coming artists.
Yeah.
So I was actually featured on one of those, and I got in, like, I made a connection with the guys who was filming it. And basically we came to an agreement where every time they shot an artist, they would offer a website to them.
Okay.
Because I told them I make website. I said, I do everything. I make website. Whatever you need, I can do it. I'm just trying to hustle at this point.
Yeah.
So they said, cool. So they started sending me artists, and I started making websites for them. And that was kind of how I first got into this realm.
Yeah.
And then I got shouted to come on Black Box by a guy called Kieran. Shout out Kieran, who works with Black Box. And I told him, like, he just fucked with my shit. He was like, bro, can I swear on this, by the way?
Yeah, it's cool.
Cool. So, yeah, he just fucked with my shit. Like, he liked my music. He liked my mindset. And he was just like, yeah, bro, like, I want to put you in touch with the guy who runs Black Box at the time was Loads. And maybe you can do a website for him or something. So I met Loads and I pitched him on the website. And he was like, we don't really need a website, but we need the editor. And so I was like, I can edit, which was a lie. I'd edited like one video in my life, and it was a one-take video. So I'd done one take of me walking down the street, then I done the second take, and I just cut back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, I can edit, and I showed them that, and they're like, yeah, this is pretty good. And then I think it was between me and another editor, and they went with me in the end, and it's the best decision they could have made, because the workload that they was giving to man was
nuts.
Like the second time I ever bucked him. So the first time I bucked him, tried to sell him a website, they want an editor. Cool, I can edit. So the second time now, they've decided they're going to hire me as an editor. He gave me a hard drive. I think there was 500 freestyles on it. And he gave...
Black Box?
Black Box, bro. 500 freestyles. And I think he gave me like... I gave me like $5 up front. I never had $5. I never had a pinky. That was the first time I got...
How old was you at the time?
I was not that young, bro. I was like 22.
Okay.
23. Yeah, I'm saying, so I wasn't really chopping like that when I was young. I must be 22, 23, maybe 20. Yeah, 22. I was 22. So I have a lyric in one of my freestyles. I was 27 first time I held a pink note. Same time, bro, done 80 racks off a brick phone.
Hey.
So I'm seeing a man around me, you're chopping big bread. I'm feeling like I'm just doing whatever, innit? Like, so that's the first time I ever held a pink note. So I was like, raw, like, there's money here. But then I go home and now I got 500 freestyles to edit.
Do Black Box even have 500 freestyles?
Bro, Black Box in its prime.
Okay.
Like, you can't even imagine the numbers they was like. Our 5K freestyles, we're doing 26 people over 2 days. They was doing like 50 people in one day.
Damn.
And like
in and out. And
they're live freestyles. Ours is pre-recorded, so.
Or you get to like.
You bring your MP3, we just film the video, but Black Box is actually recording the audio. So like, shout out to Black Box, because I don't know how they do it, innit? I don't know how they did it, how they do it still. Like, it's a bit different now. It's still live, but you know, it's bigger scale now, so they do less artists. It's more about quality. It's a bit more curated. Yeah. But back then, it's like I don't know how they were doing that. But anyway, so yeah, they're giving me 500 freestyles, and I'm thinking, cool, how can I do this? I didn't have a laptop at the time.
Oh damn.
So do you know the Roundhouse in Camden?
Nah.
So it's like a music venue. A lot of artists that perform there, but they have like a youth, how can I say, like a youth studio. Yeah. So you can go there, you can rent like studio time, you can rent like editing suites, and it's like £1 an hour, £2 an hour, something like that. Yeah, you have to be under 25, something. So if you're watching this, you're under 25, look into that, because that kind of bus, if you're an artist, editor, whatever, that's a good place to start. So I was going there, spending £2. I did the maths. I was spending £2 an hour, and it takes, let's say, it took not that long to edit, but it's the export times. They wanted it in 4K. So one export might take like 2 hours, 2-3 hours. Damn. So I'm doing the maths, like the money I'm paying to go there, how long it's taking me to edit, how long it's taking me to export, and then the money I'm paying to come home. I was losing money per edit. Swear. So I was losing like £2 per edit, because I wasn't getting paid that much per edit. But what I clocked, I just built my system. So I'd like spend time learning how can I edit quicker. So I shortcutted all my keys, so my hands would never cross. So like I have all the left hand and the right hand here shortcutted. So I never have to do this. I never have to move. It's just I'm operating like this kind of thing. It's like I'm a robot. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I shortcutted everything. I figured out how to bring the export times down to about 20 minutes. and there was another room in Roundhouse, which was 50p an hour because it was like a public room. So there was bare computers there. So I would work on one computer, export, then I'd move to the next computer, do the edit, export, move to a third computer, do the edit, export.
So
by the time I finished the third one, the first one's done. Go back round and I cycle. And then it got to the point where I'm turning around like 10 freestyles a day. And I'm not getting paid much. I think I'm getting paid like 10, 12 pound a freestyle.
Yeah.
It's not that much at all. But if I'm doing 10 a day, that's 120 pound a day. That's all right.
Yeah, what?
And then I got raised like up to 50 pound a freestyle. So now it's like 150 pound a day.
Or after giving those 500 freestyles?
I don't even think I did all 500. I think I did about 100 of them.
Okay.
200 of them. And I was like, yo, man, them like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And they bust me in it. They're like, yeah, cool. So it's like 15 pound. But if you do the maths, and I was doing like 200-300 freestyles a month. If you do the maths, that's not bad, bro. I was doing like 2-3 racks a month of just editing freestyles. So it's just volume. So that's what I learned. It's just volume. So my whole thing up until kind of this production company, my whole approach has been volume. Like you could say, bro, I'm not like a videographer in your traditional sense, in it. Like I feel like I'm a trapper. I'm the videographer trapper. Like I learned all my business things from trappers. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the man them used to tell me, bro, I guarantee you, if you're outside, there's work. Like there's clients, you know. Like you see trappers, bro. Like they'll build their line anywhere, bro. You put them anywhere, they'll find clients. And that's the kind of mindset I had. So like I said, Black Box, they may be doing 50 artists a day. I'd go there, every single artist. Do you need a video? Do you need a video? Do you need a video? And if they say yes, I can't shoot, but I can edit. So they're saying yes. I'm finding other videographers. Like, bro, I want you to shoot this video. How much? They're gonna charge a bill. Cool. I charge the client 2 bills. One bill goes to the guy that films it. I get the other bill for editing. So like that's my approach. So I'm just volume. So the same way I'm doing the freestyles, now I'm doing the music videos. But I'm not filming. I'm just editing. I'm getting someone out. I'm outsourcing the filming. But then I thought, well, if I start filming as well, then
you get the full 2 bills.
I get all of it, bro.
Because you're doing the work and busting him the bill.
Exactly. And I'm still there on the day, even though the guy's shooting, because I'm directing it, I still have to be there. So I'm there anyway. I might as well be filming there. So that's when I learned how to film, and then that's how I kind of turned it around. So yeah, man, like I said, everything I learned to make money was from my brethren who was trapping, innit? So that's my mindset I've brought into it. The 3 things they taught me, that was number 1, volume. Second thing was the customers you have are going to make more money than new customers. So this idea of retention, like it's obvious now, everyone knows it, but at that time, it wasn't obvious. So my customer service is impeccable. Like it's the best. You can ask any of my clients as well with JFX Visuals, they'll tell you they have the best experience with me compared to any other director. I can say that like confidently. Because I don't know if you know anyone in music, like any artist, they'll all tell you the same thing. Directors are long, they're slow, they take like months to do the edit, they're paying, and then like the money's disappearing, or you know, like all these stories. None of my clients ever had that experience. Like all my clients, they pay up front, never had a problem, because it's just smooth. And that's something I learned from them. They said like, bro, the customers you have are going to make more money than your future customers, new customers, because they're going to come back and continue repeating. So I had that mindset in it from the beginning. And then the third thing they taught me is like your word and your reputation is everything. So again, that kind of goes with the customer service. If I say I'm going to do it, I do it.
Yeah.
So my reputation is good, my retention is good, and I've built like a massive network just kind of being out here, just looking for clients, everywhere looking for clients, you get what I'm saying? So at that point, it's like, how could you fail? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for real. And I really like that you had that hustler mindset. And I liked how you relate to trapping. Like, literally, I'm going to just make 10, 12 of these and keep going.
Literally, bro.
I wanted to ask, before we move on, you know, you mentioned how you had friends that were in another world doing their own thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, even at the age of 22, I'm 21, and I'm just thinking, like, you know, seeing them making, like, you know, like you said, 80K of doing that. And watch them, you know, have all the drip, or the watches, or cars, or girls. How did you stay so disciplined and think, you know what, my time will come, but let me just keep doing my thing the legit way? Like, where did that come from? How are you so? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the risk to reward ratio for me isn't worth it. So, like, I'm not really a material person. Like, I enjoy the sport more than the money. Like, I enjoy getting the clients and building the line and doing all this. I enjoy that more than the money itself. So I don't actually need to get loads of money off it. I just need to be in the mix. You get what I'm saying? Like, I enjoy that. I enjoy building a business. You get what I'm saying? So that kind of things like the rollies and shit doesn't really gas me up. Like, you know, even see now what I'm dressed, everything I'm wearing is like UK brand, or I've got Daily Paper, this a UK brand, this a UK brand, this a UK brand. Like everything is just UK. It's just UK, and like I'm not here like I'm not here wearing like big drip, stuff like that. So I've never really been gassed by that, but I did respect the way that they built a business. It was just like the risk that they could just lose it all one day for something kind of completely outside of their control. It just didn't seem worth it to me at all. So I was convinced if I take what they've done but applied it to another industry, it would work, and it did. Yeah. And you know, it was a different time. Like now, you know, I can go on CEO Cast, I can watch like a million UK entrepreneurs. Like it's easy for me to kind of learn and pick up what's being done. But back then there wasn't really anything. No. So I'm just looking at what they're doing and I'm thinking, I want to do this. I don't really know how to, but let's just try a thing and see where it goes. So yeah, man, I think I had a good idea of the risk to reward. Like it's not really worth it. And I wasn't really gassed up by the material shit. So yeah, man, I think that's how I managed to. Yeah,
that makes sense. So carrying on with the story, so it went from, you know, you're doing freestyles at Blackbox now, and now you've learned how to, you know, shoot videos yourself. Yeah. How was that process? Was it simple? Was YouTube, was it still easy to learn on the internet? Well, when was this even, in fact? Or was it more of a trial and error, like, oh, okay, let me just...
No, YouTube, bro. Like,
straight YouTube.
Everything on YouTube. So I used to rent the camera and the stabilizer, the gimbal, from Blackbox. So let's say I charge $2 for a video. I would tell them like, yo, let me give you a pinky and just let me use it. So really? Yeah, so they just come to give it. Like, we know each other now, and it's not like they give it to a stranger. So they come to give it to me. Excuse me. They come and give it to me, and I just say, so how do I do it? And they're telling me the basics, innit? Like, the guy who owns the kit, obviously he's not the cameraman, so he doesn't even really know too tough, but he's filmed a bit in it, so he's got an idea. So he's telling me a bit, and then I'm watching on YouTube, like putting the rest together. So I'm kind of learning as I go, but I know my price is low enough that I'm good enough for that level. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not charging an extortionate amount. Even back then, it wasn't an extortionate amount. And then as I started to get better, I met Kirks, who's now my business partner. I think I come across one of his videos on GRM, and obviously I'm an artist as well, so I'm always looking at new videographers for myself. So I found him and I thought he was sick, and I connected him with my brethren who needed a video. That's the first day we met. And I just started saying like, bro, like, you know, I'm asking questions. I'm like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And kind of we developed a friendship over time. So I learned a lot from him, and then I started renting the kit from him, and he had like better kit, like better equipment, and he understood as well. So he said, bro, you got to shoot like this, you got to do this and that. So I learned like from a combination of things, but primarily YouTube, like just learning everything from YouTube, and then paying people to use their kit. And then obviously now that I've paid them something, I can ask them like, yo, how do I, it's not like I'm just going like, bro, teach me how to film, innit? It's like, I'm paying you for your kit. I have your kit. You might as well tell me how to use it, innit? You know what I'm saying? So
that's so smart.
So yeah, bro, the first 2 years I didn't own any kit. I just rented it from them, and then I started renting it from a website called Fat Llama. I got a video on my Instagram, like how I made 6 figures, my first 6-figure business. I kind of break down exactly what I did, so they can check that out if they want to see it in a quick summary. Yeah. But yeah, I used to rent it off a website called Fat Llama. It's like peer-to-peer lending, so it's a bit of a bump now, to be honest. But I still use it from time to time. So yeah, man, that's kind of, I can't remember what the question was, but
the question was just continue the story. So it was from Blackbox.
Yeah, how did I learn to shoot? So effectively that's how I learned to shoot. Bit of trial and error, a bit of YouTube, and a little bit of guidance like here and there.
Okay, then. So now that you're, continuing on with shooting, and you're getting more professional with it, everything's in-house. So you're shooting, you're even sourcing the people as well, and you're editing as well. Yeah. So money's coming direct to you, hustling every day. How do you then scale to then, or what I think a lot of people want to know, actually, in fact, how did you scale to then market to like bigger rappers? Because, the bigger the rapper, the more views on your video, and then that's kind of like more clientele in that sense.
No. Yes, but no. You're right, but that's not my model.
Okay.
My model, so I made 6 figures and I never shot an artist you heard of.
Well.
Never shot. Like, if we looked at my first 6 figures, you don't know any of those artists. Sorry. Not you don't know any of them. Let me not dim down the light of some, like...
Well, you're right.
But what I'm saying is they were all up and coming artists. Like no household names, no like famous ones. Maybe I worked on a project here and there, but it wasn't like my shoot. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I was even saying to my boy today, I was telling him how I'm going to go interview, this video production company, the owner of it. And I was mentioning to him, he's made 6 figures, but the biggest rap on your page, or today I checked, was on Rimsey.
Yeah.
I like Rimsey, I like his music.
Shout out Rimsey.
And, I was thinking, if he's the biggest rapper, then there must be so much room to make money in this industry.
So this is the thing.
And you made 6 figures just off,
Of independent, like, again, not unknown artists, but not big artists.
Yeah.
And I think this is the case with all industries. We have a lack of an understanding of how many people there are and how to get in front of those people. So you'll hear like drop shippers, for example. You look at their sales, you think, how did you sell that many units? But they've tapped into like the very fundamentalist level, reaching a wide audience and scaling using the internet. So I think that's what a lot of people don't realize. And if I put it this way, let's say on average, the time I made like my first 6 figures, I was making about $1,000 a shoot. Roughly. Some a bit more, some a bit less. I'm shooting 3 times a week. So let's even call it 2 times a week. So in a month, that's 8-9 shoots. It's $8,500, let's call it. That's 6 figures.
Yeah, it's true.
So how much? That's 8 artists in a month. That's not outrageous.
Yeah, 8 times 12, 96 in a year.
Yeah.
That's
It was more like I'll do 1 week 2, 1 week 3. So really, it's about 10 artists.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's about 12. Like,
when did you make the switch from? Okay, so before you was volume.
Yeah.
But then I guess 2 to 3 artists a week.
it's still volume though.
It's still volume.
It's still kind of volume. Like, I never really changed the model. I just changed the pricing.
But I guess naturally people can afford.
So is the question, how was I able to keep that volume at that price, or what's the question?
Yeah, more the volume at the price.
So yeah, at first, so like to go forward, at first I'm charging like $1.50 per video. And like I said, I'm just doing crazy volume. Like there's days where I'm doing 3 shoots in one day. Because I'm thinking I got to pay to use the kit per day. Let me just do free shoots. I only have to pay for it once. So it's increasing my profit margins, isn't it? So yeah, I'm shooting a lot, and at a certain point it's like I'm shooting too much because I'm so cheap, I'm good, everyone knows who I am now, so people are just hitting me up. So I'm so busy, like I've got more clients than I have time.
Wow.
So at that point, that's when you put the price up. So I put out £50, 2 bills. Same thing again, 250, 3 bills, 350. So I'm putting it up just a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's not really much client fall off, and I'm only putting it up when I'm too busy. So like, someone actually asked me today on my Instagram, like, how do you know when to put the price up on your clients? I said the 3 things you look for. One is, are you too busy? Like, are you booking up 4 weeks in advance consistently? That's a good sign. The second one is like, you have to cancel shoots because you're too busy. And then the third thing is, if you're able to find a new client base who's willing to pay higher amounts for the same service. So 1 and 2 was true for me. Like I was always too busy. So I was able to keep putting my price up. And I was able to do that to about the 5 bill mark. And then I kind of hit a ceiling. So I felt like if I went past 5 bills, there was going to be a fall off. Like after I hit 5 bills, I was never crazy busy again. I was getting work, but I was never crazy busy. So I thought, yeah, I don't really think I can push above this. That was kind of my ceiling. And how many shoots? So I'm doing 10 shoots a month, let's say. So I'm about 5K a month at that point. And then I just had a thought. I'm at 5K a month. What if I put the price up to 750? The profit would be 7.5 bags. And I just put a bag on ads. I'd still be 6.5.
Okay, to get more people.
Yeah, to get more people. I'm like, surely I can get like the same amount of clients I'm already getting at a higher price if I put a bag. And at this time, I'd run ads for like my music. So I had a little idea of it. My business partner, Kirks, he'd run ads for an earlier version of his. We had like, it wasn't really a production company, it's more like an agency. He had like a videographer agency. He'd run ads off that based on what I told him about my ads from music. And they performed quite well, but I never known anyone that put more than like a bill, 2 bills on ads. So I thought, what if I just went mad and just put a bag on ads? Like just brute force through it.
You have to force a success.
Yeah, bro. And like, I wasn't doing no target. It's just automatic. You know, on the Instagram, it's like
Yeah.
automatic. Let me just throw a bang upon automatic. Because I thought, yeah, surely, if I'm able to make 7.5 bags off that, even though I lost the bag, it was worth it. Because now I'm on 6.5 bags, so it's a bag and a half more. Or I have slightly less shoots. So let's say I have 3 less shoots a month. So the same money for less work.
Yeah.
So either I'm gonna make more money or the same money for less work. So I said, fuck it, I just done it. I think 3 bills on my ad spend, I booked up for the month at 750.
So you put a bag, but once 3 bills
I'd
what?
spent, it was booked.
So you had to. So you already.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit. So now you'll see videographers run ads, but I was the originator.
Oh yeah.
I was the
like
originator.
that.
Shout out to Kurtz because he actually did it before me, but not on the scale that I did it and not the way that I did it. So my one, the first thing that comes up, do you need a music video? Then come like contact us, and my price was in the thing. Like most videographers, I don't know if you know this, they don't want to tell you their price. It's what's your budget. So you hit them up like, yo, can I get a video? They're like, what's your budget? So now,
Can you talk about what you think about that style of talking to your clients? What do you think about going through that way? Are you like the firm route, like cool, if this is my target market, they can afford it, they'll come through, or do you like the whole talking thing back and forth? Like,
you mean like seeing if you could work with them?
yeah.
So
what do you think? And what do you think for people watching this that may be interested?
So for scaling, if we're talking about, because I think that's what I was able to do well, scale, right? Like there's other videographers that charge more than me, make more money than me. There's other videographers that like have like bigger reputation, they shot bigger artists. But I don't think many videographers have been able to scale like I have been able to scale. So I think that's the thing that makes my thing unique, and that's the thing I can speak on like the most, right?
Yeah.
So if we're talking about scale, having fixed prices makes it quicker to qualify leads. So I can show you right now. Actually, let me show you how I do it. So yeah, look, let's say this client. Now let me find one. There's got to be a new person asking for how much videos are. So anyway, this is my brethren, so I'll do it with him. So let's say he said, how much is a music video? I type, hey. That's an automatic message. Thanks for getting price. Here's the price list. Click that. Click my GFX trailers. Send the price list.
Boom.
Done. How long that take us?
5 seconds.
5 seconds. So let's say I have I'm running ads. 10 people are hitting me up a day. Within 2 minutes, I've responded to all of them. The ones that are not able to afford the price are gonna not respond. The ones that are, they're gonna say, okay, cool, what does this include? So now they've already been qualified. I know the price hasn't scared them off. So the fact that I know the price hasn't scared them off, this is a client worth investing time in. If I message every single one of those 10 people, hey, what's your budget? They're like, oh, I don't know. No, it's like they want me to say my price, I want them to say the budget. And we just go back and forth. And it's not gonna get there. So my whole thing was I wanted to bring the conversion time to the shortest possible amount. So they see the ad. In the ad, it already has my price. If they missed that for whatever reason, they've messaged me and I've now said instantly, this is my price. If they agree with that, then we're ready to work, basically. We just have to secure the date. Most of my clients, they don't even have my phone number. It's all done on Insta. Like, it's so...
Streamlined.
Yeah, my process is so streamlined. Like, the system works really well. And I think, if you want to scale, you have to have that, because otherwise you're just spending so much time trying to convince people to work with you. So for me, personally, and this is for JFX, mind you, I think it works better to have a fixed price, because that way there's no confusion, there's no questions. This is what you get, yes or no. As soon as they say yes, let's take the booking. They say no, then let's not waste time having a conversation anymore. If you're working on every single budget, you can do it. That's what I used to do, and you are gonna get more work, because you can kind of feel like, oh, this person, they only have 5 bills, let me do it for 5 bills. This person has a bag, you can do it that way. But what I found personally is if you want to really speed up your conversion, have that. So I even have it in my bio. The price list is there. The payment terms are there as well. So once we've agreed payment, I have another, like that one I just showed you the picture, with all the payment terms on. So this is how much the deposit is. This is when you get your video. This is like the terms of the deposit. This is like if we go into congestion charge zone, you've got to pay for it. Every little. So they got no questions. And sometimes, so I always get paid I get paid a deposit. I get paid the rest on the day of the shoot, not when the video is done, on the day of the shoot. Sometimes people are like, oh, bro, can I like pay you after it's done? I just show them, look, bro, I sent you that and you read it.
Good.
And then they send it. Like, what can they say? They're like, they've agreed to it and I've got the receipts. So that just makes the whole process smooth and never have a problem with payments and just convert people really quickly. So I think, yeah, having a fixed price structure and having a fixed system really helps you to scale.
Yeah, definitely. And that's, what would you say, just actually it's on your Instagram, but how much would you say you charge now?
How much I charge what, sorry?
Charge now.
Now, so it's not always me that comes now.
Oh, I guess now
So-
it's going bigger.
So I have GFX visuals. So the free price is $750 is the basic, $1,200 is the gold package, which includes lighting, $2,750 is the platinum package, which includes lighting, a drone, and there's professional color grading in there as well. So those are the three packages, but it's not necessarily me. Now it's a faceless company.
Yeah, it's a team.
So you're gonna get that visual, but it might not be me that comes. It might be me. It might not be me.
When did you make that switch then to then?
It was always like that.
Oh,
So I've never posted a picture of myself on the GFX page deliberately because, like I said, I'm an artist as well. So I have my personal Instagram or my artist Instagram, which is JMal, and then I have GFX Visuals. No one knows who GFX Visuals is unless you work with them. And if you're watching this podcast, but I done that on purpose because I think when people think you do too many things, it's either he's the rapper that's trying to do videos, or he's the video guy that's trying to rap.
Yeah.
Now I don't mind because the numbers speak for themselves, innit? So I can just whatever. But when I was starting, I was very conscious that I don't want people to think, oh, he's just a rapper, he's not really a videographer. I want people to judge the products on in of itself. So all I ever did on that page was post a product. It's very product focused. It's not about me as the director. It's just about the visual that I produce. Yeah. Which is another way I think has allowed me to scale, because it's almost like you're going on a shop. Like you're looking at the videos, they all have a very similar style, a very similar feel. You just look like, can one of these videos work for me? Yeah, I want this one. What package was this one? That's the gold package. All right, let's put the gold. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas if I go on like a famous video director's page, it might be them posted up counting money. Like, that's one, like a lifestyle shot. Then the next one is like, it is a shoot, but then the next one is, so it's like you might follow them because I follow some directors, not because I want to use them for video, but because I just think they're sick and I just rate them and I follow them like I'd follow, another entrepreneur. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then the people that follow you are not just artists. So that fucks up your ads a bit. So like people that are following you are not necessarily the demographic you're trying to sell to. They might be, they might not be. Do you get what I'm saying? So having it that way, it's like you're only here if you want a video. Like no one's here just to catch the vibe, because there is no vibe. It's just product based. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, that's how it's always been. And then the intention also behind that was at a certain point, I'm not going to be able to be there every time, so I can send someone else. And as long as the quality is the same, no one's going to question it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they're just seeing the product. They're not seeing the face of it. It's a faceless company.
Yeah, that's a really real big tip, because that allows you to be in 4 places at once.
Exactly. So man, like obviously the most important thing is I have to make sure there's no production quality, because if you're coming for a JFX visual, you want to get JFX visual. You don't want to get a BTEC JFX visual. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's the key part. But like you're gonna get that every time, because I've got like a really strong team around me. And then for the higher budget things where we do talk about budget, that's for the production company. So then we'll ask, what's your budget? Because in those cases, like someone might come to us and say, I want a private jet, I want like a supercar, I want all this stuff. Yeah. And it's like, we can give you a quote, but there's no point us giving you a quote and saying this is all 10 racks, and you say, oh bro, I only got 6 racks. It's like, well, we just wasted all that time like calling people up, getting inquiries. Yeah. Because nobody has a fixed price. So we have to call everyone and find out what's their price for this project. Yeah. And that's time and effort. And, we don't want to invest that unless we know you have the means to execute it. Do you know what I'm saying? So if it's a bigger project, we will ask the budget. But for stuff like that, where it's like one of a few fixed services, I have a price list.
Yeah. When did the production company come into play along your journey, would you say?
Fairly recently. So like as a director, when you get to a certain level, you do an element of production yourself, because you know, obviously, like over time you get to know people. So there's like a bunch of models I know, a bunch of like car hire guys I know, locations I know. So if someone hits me up and they're like, oh yeah, I want a video, I'm like, cool. And they say, oh, I also want like, you know, I want like a love interest in the video, and I want like a nice convertible car and like a sick location, like a bedroom location or something. I might say, oh yeah, I can do that, like cost this, and then there's my little admin fee in it, basically, like for doing it. So you have a part of that already, and those are the best paid shoots because you're eating a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's not just you. You have like, we call it like a production fee, so it's like just a percentage for that skill. You know, like getting things together
to
is
acquire,
actually a skill.
yeah. Acquire, yeah.
So it's like personal shopper or something. You know what I'm saying, innit? Yeah. So yeah, that's always been a part of JFX.
So you just thought, let's actually do it seriously now on the side as a separate entity.
To kind of scale it up. So this is kind of ties it with my business partner. So Kirks, he is not the type of director that I'm describing. He's like what I call like an actual director in it. Like he's shot like big artists, you know, like he's done like Daily Duppies, he's shot for like Mostak, J House, Mabel, like big artists, you know what I'm saying? So he's an actual director. And he started getting shoots where it's like they're not big enough for it to be worth going to like a big production company, but he can't produce it himself. And he knows that I'm good at that kind of thing. Like he knows I got a business mind. He knows like I know how to work a spreadsheet. I've got like good connections like in this industry. So he had a shoot and he's like, bro, like, can you produce this one for me? Like it's about $6,000 budget, I think. And yeah, you just needed a few things, cars, location, whatever. But you know, like as a director, you don't want to be on the day having to call like, yo, where's the car? Like, yo, where's the models? They're supposed to be here for the first. You just want to be focused on shooting the video. You want someone else. So that's where the producer comes in. So I done that for him. That went really well. And we've done a few more and it went quite well. And then he got on a shoot for Universal. So that was like our first big shoot. And he's like, bro, like, should we just start a production company? Because at the moment you're producing it, I'm directing them. Like, you have like your skills, like your network from the JFX. Because JFX is on the ground, you get what I'm saying? Like, I know everyone, like, whatever car, if you needed a car right now, the next hour, by the time we leave, you'd have it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I've got the plug for everything. In a way that the bigger directors don't, because the bigger directors is just a lot more red tape. They shoot a lot less frequently. Yeah. So he's saying like, you've got that level, but I've got the industry level. So that people know who I am. Like I've got a reputation in the industry. Yeah. I've worked with big artists. Like we can use them as part of our portfolio. Like why don't we do this like together? So that's how the production team came about, and that Universal shoot went really well. And yeah, so since then we've just been flying. So we've done a lot of independent artists. Yeah, we've done, I think, Universal. I couldn't even tell you, bro, because when the money comes in, it go like I don't even see who it comes from. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's just so many things going on in the day. But a few major labels, like I think we got 3 different major labels, a couple big artists. I can't say yet because the videos are not out.
Would you say as you go? Well, so I guess as you go higher in the artist, it's more just from the label straight in terms of when they're paying for videos and.
In terms of payment.
Yeah.
What if they're signed? Yeah.
Yeah. Straight from the label. Yeah.